Well, right behind me is the Tata Avinya, a pure Generation 3 electric vehicle unveiled by Tata Motors, and I'm joined by the man and his team behind it, Mr. Martin Vivarik, who heads the design for Tata Motors. Thank you so much, Martin.
Thanks for coming.
Congratulations for the Generation third vehicle and many more to go. Tell us the idea behind this and what really inspired to you to get your team to get this idea behind the car.
Yeah, so we got the brief from management, simply come up with a vision for Gen 3 vehicles. I think we did 3 weeks of brainstorming, something really short, never that quick. And our design team came up with a few ideas. One of them immediately was inspired by a catamaran sailboat, timeless, sustainable, efficient, graceful, elegant. And it was a great. So he actually drew more or less a boat and put wheels on it, and structurally, visually, it became the backbone for what you see here. Essentially, the sketches that we defined in those first 3 weeks are what you see here.
Right. So the management really approved the design at once, or did it take another round for them for you to get
No,
convince them?
no. What we did was we took the sketches, and nowadays the designers make a quick digital model,
Okay.
and we made a little movie,
Okay.
and we made it like almost like a trailer for a movie. So 30 seconds, had the music, it already had the new spirit, new sustainable, all of that messaging, and we presented it, and they were really inspired, just like we were. And the confidence was immediately there, unanimous, and they said, "Yes, that's it. Let's do it."
Right. So the design of a sail catamaran. Uh, would you say that in times to come, can we expect more such innovative thinking in design launches? Because this looks like a mix to me right now, a crossover SUV, a sedan, and 2 or 3 variants mixed in one. So, what would really be when it finally comes to production, and how much percentage would you think you'll be able to implicate in the real model?
So yes, you're right. I mean, this car is a kind of fusion product.
Right.
It has some elements of a SUV crossover, and it's premium hatch, a little bit of MPV with the interior focus, the cab forward sort of architecture. So yes, I mean, it is this sort of new definition of new typology, as we call it. In terms of our intent, we've already said that the plan is to put this car in production in 2025. And now the challenge is on us, in as not only design but as a company, to deliver this vision as close as possible to what you see here.
Right. What all designs can we more expect? Would the next would be in the SUV design that would be inspired by what, like a like a big ship, or probably a big truck or something? What can we expect from next? I mean, what else are you looking at?
Yeah, so as we've also said, this is the first of a generation
Right.
of Gen 3 products which will use this technology, but also this DNA, this identification, this sort of design aesthetic. And we're in the process of actually deciding which types of vehicles we're going to be making off this. And yeah, we'll see. There are going to be all sorts of sizes. In terms of the inspiration, the designer's job is to be as open-minded as possible and as creative as possible. So I'm open to whatever the team comes forward with, as long as it's good.
Well, to my last set of questions, I saw that the design was very minimalistic, very less screens. So, are you really focusing on voice recognition vis-a-vis screens? Give us the rationale behind that.
Yeah, so we label it as a sort of screenless design approach. You can actually see there are some small screens, so you can't get away from the fact that you will need some information there. At the same time, we see voice as actually the future of interface. We think it's actually safer from a driver's point of view, a mobility point of view, and actually probably a little bit less stressful and much more in line with the well-being theme that we're defining here.
Great, that's a great idea, Martin. We heard that the engine would be beneath the floor.
Yeah.
Won't that compromise on the road on the vehicle clearance and for ultimately for the Indian roads, which are which can be quite bumpy, very irregular, with huge speed bumps at one place? Don't you think that would create a hindrance?
Look, that's the reality of the road conditions, and those are the challenges. So when we designed this actually has a clearance of 200 mil, 195 at the moment. And we were very informed, very mindful of the fact that we want this car to be accessible in terms of as much as possible. So we're trying to define a vehicle that has the capability of an SUV, but at the same time has the appearance of something that looks very sleek and elegant and all that. So everything that we design is with a purpose.
Right. And what about the design? The T does that mean the Tata Motors logo, the logo in the front, or widening of the horizons? What made you do that?
Yes, so we wanted to come up with an identity that in many ways captures the spirit of the company and the group, the values. This logo is now combined with the DRLs. Nowadays the lights are in many ways the brand signature. And so we said, what's a good way to take it next step forward? At the same time, it's clearly identifiable. As soon as you see it, you know where this car comes from, who is the author of it, and so forth. So it's the right blend of defining a new way forward for at least Gen 3 products.
Also, Martin, these days Indians are very focused, and a lot of automakers are giving a lot of features in the car with big screens. In fact, we have a vehicle in India which the entire dashboard is made up of screen. I don't name that vehicle in particular, but do you feel that this could probably a game changer for you in a good way or in a bad way?
Yes, I think it's actually in a good way. First of all, our responsibility is always to give the best product possible. And if the sort of mindful design and human-centric design is what we're trying to achieve, the technology is a complement to that, as long as it gets the job done. And I think this is an opportunity for Tata Motors to leapfrog the competition.
And you would actually implement all the safety features as recommended by the government, and there would be no compromise on safety aspects, right?
Never, absolutely never. Safety is a huge pillar for us as a brand, as a company. It goes hand in hand with the principles of what this car is about. And of course, this product is not just for Indian market. It's India focused, but it's an international product that will be sold in international markets.
Well, Martin, wishing you all the best.
Thank
We
you.
hope to meet soon. And well, that was Martin talking about how and what we can expect from this vehicle, the Tata Avinya. And in times to come, by 2025, definitely you can get a hand on that vehicle. Well, camera person Mandar in Mumbai, Chetan Bhutani, Business Today TV.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.